Hi, my name is Haley Adams, and this is my Connelly reflection video. When I first came to Connelly, I knew this was the place for me. Being part of the community means being somebody that is more than just an academic, more than just somebody that fits in society, but instead somebody that thrives. Through our leadership roles, physicality within sports, music, our service, and so much more, Connelly Girls offers so much to the world that other schools may not. We have all of our girls who come out thriving because of the academic environment that we are in, where we have so much support and love behind us that it's impossible not to thrive. This is what Connelly has to offer, and that's what I received every day at the school that I've been at for the past 3 years. When I first came to Connelly, I had a hard time advocating for myself. I needed extra time on tests and extra help in the classroom, and I had an IEP to help utilize that. But I didn't want to ask for those things. So, through the help of Mrs. Tran Ryan and Dr. Rodikis, I was able to learn how to advocate for myself in the classroom, get extra time, take tests, and do different things that will help me thrive in the future. Through those experiences and through being able to advocate for myself, my grades started to become much better and grow, and I was able to have a major upward trend by the end of my 3 years at Connelly. It was such a big deal being able to advocate for myself in the classroom, and my grades very much show it because of that. I had a hard time in anatomy when I first came to Connelly. Dealing with a class that was more memorization, I found it difficult. But once we reached dissections, I realized why. It's because I need to interact with the material. Learning that about myself, I was able to utilize that in different classes such as psychology when we build brains and all other aspects for myself. Now that I know how I learn, I draw pictures and do different things to help interact and learn the material in a better way. And anatomy really helped me with understanding how my brain works and how I need to function in order to better understand that material for myself. Freshman year, English was my most feared subject. Grammar and spelling had never been my forte. But freshman year is also when I found my love for Shakespeare. I started reading a bunch of different plays on my own and enjoying the text, and as I kept reading the stories, I realized that my writing overall got better. As I went into sophomore year with Mrs. Morris, we dove into different texts that I hadn't read before, and I was able to grow my writing skills because of her prompts and her different ways that we're supposed to write in her class. Even through editing other people's papers, I grew a love and understanding for writing and reading others' texts. Through that passion, English became so much more easy for me. It is now my favorite course, and I owe that all to my teachers and pushing me to read things like Shakespeare and Gawain the Green Knight and so much more. One of my favorite parts and aspects of Connelly life was being able to be president of the Social Justice Club. I joined my sophomore year and quickly gained a passion for what the club was representing. I understood that what the topics were being talked about were kind of difficult topics, such as human trafficking and refugees and things like that. Not all schools would be confident enough to allow their kids to talk about these topics and interact with them in the way that Connelly did. Being president meant that I was able to speak up in the club, gain leadership skills, talk to interact with the school, make presentations, and also interact with topics that I may not have known about before. By looking at these topics and looking at these different issues in our global society, I gained a lot of respect and understanding for social justice issues, and that will serve me so well in the future. I also had the opportunity to serve as the varsity captain of the Connelly soccer team. This was an amazing experience. I always say that I lead by example, so it was not uncommon for me to be out there running 2 to 3 miles before practice started. My team worked so hard this year and we saw the progress. I love helping girls that maybe haven't played before get passion for the sport that I've loved since I was 6 years old. I love watching seasoned players become better and great players become their best by being participants in the team, not just by being solo players. I think it's important as a team that we interact together and that we respond as a team and as a whole with our spirituality and faith as number one. Service has been a huge part of my high school life, and freshman year I started working with the program After School Buddies. After School Buddies was a program that helped young girls that needed maybe help with homework, had financial troubles, couldn't afford dinner, and so much more. Whether that be physical, mental disabilities, or anything, all girls were welcome and everybody was helped. The program was set up by a woman named Shar who wished to help young girls with their spiritual faith and so much more. Through the program, I was able to set up 5Ks, face painting, and so much more to help these girls get what they needed. We provided homework help as well as dinners and meals after school for the families that couldn't afford it. Not only that, but I was able to interact with my community and the people around me. I think often we're in a bubble and we don't realize what's going on in our own community because we're so focused on what's going on out there. And often the most important things are the things that we can do that are right in our neighborhood. So for me, helping these girls that were so close by was super important, and I gained a new understanding of what it's like out there in the real world. And I think that gaining of experience is why I want to serve in the future, and that is why I want to keep focusing on my global and social issues in this area and in all areas. Connelly has given me so many skills that I could not have asked for from any other school. It's an incredible experience, but the best thing that I gained from Connelly has always been leadership. For me, that is going to serve me so well in the future as I'm going to be an Army officer, and I just received a national scholarship for Army ROTC to Chapman University. As I look forward to my future and I look back at my past, Connelly has been that great and amazing transition that has helped me to get where I want to be in the future. I am so thankful for all of my experiences and everything that I've gained from Connelly, and I look forward to my future, as Connelly is what prepared me for that future.